No restrictions. We're good.
Yeah, just gonna make sure to not. We're gonna try not to cuss a ton and everything like that. Just try to keep it.
We can put the explicit label on this.
Yeah,
one.
be yourself. That's all I ask.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything to do until 1, so we're chilling.
We're golden.
Keegan, just be careful of the button in the front. It's really sensitive. It'll mute your mic. And
Gotcha.
this light will go red. Yeah. So if you're fidgeting with it, just be careful.
Yeah, I'll probably try not to touch it.
It's okay. That's what she said. Anyway.
Is what
Well,
she
when you have ED, never mind.
said. You can try. It's not gonna work.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you got that taken care of.
Yep.
So.
Shout out Game Day. Send that to them like here's an ad for you guys.
Yeah, literally. Oh my goodness. Well, hi guys, welcome. Welcome back.
Yep.
Sorry, we just had something very funny happen while we were doing our test. So we're just
hopefully we can get that added to the episode. I hope.
pretty
I
funny.
hope to God.
Oh man.
Jeez.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are
great,
you?
dude. How are you?
Good. I'm stoked to be here.
I feel bad you don't have a tablet
Energy
pop.
drink?
Yeah.
I actually
Sorry.
am trying to stop drinking energy drinks as of 3 days ago.
Nice.
It sucks. But
Well, you get past that first week or two, and
Yeah.
you're golden.
Yeah.
I'll get past 2 weeks and then I'll probably be like, wow, a Monster sounds good. And the next thing I'm back to drinking like 2 a day or something. That's
You buy
typically
a
how that
case.
goes.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's
That's
tough,
okay.
man. It's definitely tough in our line of work, man,
Jeez.
because
Yeah.
it's early mornings, late nights. Sometimes it's just
Yeah,
it can be
man.
hard.
Especially if you work like evenings and then you have to get up at like 5 the next day. It could be
Yeah.
a little, especially like after a late session, it can be really hard to like wind down at night.
It's
Yeah.
challenging.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
especially like you guys know, you go home, like everyone, like your dog's excited to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's excited to see you.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome guys. We have Mr. Keegan on the pod today.
This is going to be a good one. So this could go one of two ways. It could be one of the greatest episodes ever in the history
Yes.
of podcast,
Yes.
or it could be so hot for the podcast
That we can't put it
you
out.
know that we're
That's
going to get canceled maybe. So,
Yep.
Who
Who
cares?
knows?
Can't be canceled if you don't have a
It
follow-up.
lasted a good like year, guys, or 6
Right.
months, whatever it was.
like 6 months.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Yeah, guys. Well, welcome back to the NGPT podcast. Today's guest is someone with one of the most unique blends of experience, creativity, and resilience that we've had on the show. He's certified in Dave Palumbo's SMART certification. He's an N1 Education Biomechanics certified personal trainer. He moved to Mechanicsburg in March of 2024 after 5.5 years as a correctional officer. He's a lifelong musician, vocalist of Ego Death, a horror fanatic. He has the same horror sleeve as me. He copied me.
Same exact one.
And a massive supporter of heavy music, and currently, as I mentioned, the vocalist of the band Ego Death. So he's also someone who's open about his battles with severe anxiety and PTSD, someone with an incredible weight loss and physique transformation journey, and someone who truly loves helping people, as we see every day. So again, guys, welcome, Keegan.
Hello. Thank you.
Super pumped
You
to have
need
you,
be
dude.
my PR person. That was good. You're
Nice.
like,
Nice.
This is intro to
man.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
getting me all buttered up here.
Yeah, of course.
You remember like old timey situations where like some person would walk into a town before the king and then you would like read a script about the king and then like
Yeah.
that should be Keegan and Steven every time you walk into a room.
Yep. It's in a plaque.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. It's just written in stone.
Yes. Yeah, dude, we're super pumped to have you.
I'm stoked to be here, man.
Yeah, man. I guess let's start at the very beginning here. So early life, California, Illinois.
California kid.
You grew up in both of those, right? Cali and Illy.
Mhm.
Cali and Illy.
Mhm.
Two very,
Yikes.
very different places, right? So
Yeah.
I guess let's begin at your roots. What was it like growing up between those two areas?
They're very drastically different, like you said. I grew up in a suburb town called Poway, California, in San Diego. Lived there for about 10 years. Surfing, skateboarding, punk rock music, a lot of good food, 70 and sunny, year round, all the time.
Yep.
I went to school with like 2,000 kids in middle school,
Jeez, wow.
6th through 8th. And then when I moved to a town called Waltonville, Illinois, where my parents are originally from.
Wait, can I give you said 2,000 kids in 6th through 8th grade?
Yes, sir.
Not
yeah.
even in the
Not even the high school is even bigger. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And but my parents are originally from Waltonville. My dad was in the Navy, so we moved around a lot.
Yeah.
But when he retired, we moved back to Illinois and to Waltonville. And I went from, like I said, 2,000 kids to preschool through 8th grade, 150 people in the whole school.
Wow.
Like
What?
they said, I had a big graduating class in high school of 32. That's considered a big class
32.
there. Yeah. Most classes are like 15, 18, whatever.
Well, dude, you go from like
My goodness.
a
Yeah.
small college campus as a middle school to like a one-room schoolhouse, essentially.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It was wild. It was a big adjustment because, you know, I show up to the school where everyone, you know, is like camo, deer hunting, country music, and I'm in like my Dickies, like surfer pants and like my Volcom shirt. My hair is long and blonde. They're just like, who is this guy? Get out of our school now, kind of thing. Like,
Wait, so in a school this small, did you guys like, let's just say, for example, third and fourth graders, did you guys like share a room since there was only like
Maybe.
there would be
so little of you guys?
so in the grade school there was 2 hallways. You'd go from the entrance all the way down to the end, and then there was a hallway to go to the right, and that was more like kindergarten through
Right.
4th grade, and then everything in the hall straight ahead was 5th through 8th.
But you guys had your like own separate rooms?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Wow.
each teacher for each grade,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Then I had like a couple different ones for subjects and stuff as you
Right.
get like older, once you get into more like
Yeah.
6th, 7th grade. But yeah, it's weird. I moved there in 7th grade, and I was really excited to move back there because we visited a lot, and I loved like going out in the country and riding 4-wheelers. You know, I
Right.
shot a gun when I was 10 years old. I was like, yeah, like all
Probably
stoked.
the only California kid.
Yeah,
And
right.
then you realize how cold it is in the winters.
Yeah, and then and then November comes around, and I'm like, nope. I still never, even living up here, I've never gotten used to cold weather.
Yeah.
Like I still just I hate it. It drives me crazy.
It takes a while. That's for sure.
I can't even talk when it gets too cold. Like
Yeah.
I'll be like, it's weird. I don't know if something wrong with me.
Yeah. Man.
Keegan forgets how to motor function.
I probably have like a crazy iron deficiency or something like that. And I'm just like,
Well,
I don't even know if that makes sense.
hopefully game day can take care of that too.
Yeah.
Well, if they fix the other issue, they could fix that one too.
But yeah, I mean, I still go back to California though and see all
Yeah.
my friends. I still got lifelong friends out there. I try to go back every couple of years.
That's cool.
It's cool to have lifelong friends since you're in like 2nd grade.
Oh, yeah.
So in
Nice.
California, were you more like within the state, or were you more like towards the shore, like along the
That's a good question.
ocean?
So Poway is more of like a suburb area, about 20 minutes from like the ocean, like
Okay.
in San Diego. But there's
Wow.
so many beaches around.
San Diego,
La Jolla
man.
Beach was the big one we went to
Yeah.
a lot. Or as most people say when they first come, they're like, "What's a La Jolla?" I'm like, "That's La Jolla." I'm like, "It's just yeah." But
Spelled with a
San
J.
Diego's on my bucket list. I would love to go there.
let's go, dude.
San
I'll
Diego
I'll
was
take
fun.
it. Any time you guys want to go, I'll go.
Yeah.
I love it out there.
Cali's one of those places that like I don't really have the aspiration to visit,
Mhm.
but like if I had a reason to go, I might.
Yeah,
I'm more interested in like the Northwest, like
dude. Yeah,
going up to like Oregon and like
Mhm.
Seattle and seeing like
Yeah.
the coastline up there. That would be cool.
yeah. Oregon's
That
a
would be
really
fun.
beautiful state.
Really?
Too. Yeah, it's
I
really
wanna
really
go up
pretty
there.
up there.
That would be sweet.
I don't know a whole lot about the state though.
Right.
So, but yeah,
That's cool.
I miss California though, but I miss Illinois too. But
In different ways, I
Yeah.
imagine.
it's different. Illinois is family. California is more like friends, fun. You know,
70
lifestyle.
all the time.
Yeah,
Right.
literally.
Yeah.
So,
That makes sense.
Well, I think you should bring back that long blonde hair of yours. Huh?
dude,
That
about
would
that?
be interesting.
and the thing is, like, I don't know if this is just natural for people as they get older, but like my dad had long blonde hair, and then when he got into like high school, it turned like more like dirty blonde, dark brown, and that's kind of what happened to mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I blamed
Makes
it
sense.
from the lack of sun. When I moved to Illinois,
Yeah.
there's no
Could be.
rays just busting down. I'm like, oh.
You brought me into the winter months.
And it turned curly. It froze
Oh.
up, and then it poofs out, and then it
Oh,
weighs
boy.
down, and then I look like Carrot Top a little bit, just with blonde hair.
Dude, please bring that
Nice.
back. Oh, that would be
Nice.
amazing.
If you start now, you can grow out your Halloween costume for next year.
That is
Oh,
true.
Yes.
A blonde Carrot Top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Or-
perfect.
Or you could just dye it and
Yeah, you know that is an option too.
be character.
You're really smart.
Not really.
Smart color.
Maybe kind of.
I don't know what I do without you.
So, almost, I envisioned you just spraying that all over that way,
Yeah,
all over the electronics. Oh no.
that would be unfortunate. Another hurdle. Oh my goodness.
Yes. All right. So, growing up in two different regions, how did that influence one, your personality, and two, the music that you kind of turned to, that you enjoyed the most?
I think when it comes to living in California, living there at a young age and being around so much like diversity, different ethnicities, religions, and it's just kind of like a giant melting pot of just different people. I'm glad I grew up with that because, like, you know, when I go to when I moved to Waltonville, a lot of those people don't have that experience, so they may be a little ignorant to things like that.
Right.
So it gave me a different perspective on just the world, and I feel like I kind of understand people a little better at a younger age than I versus like some people do as they're versus adults. So just a
That
little more
makes sense.
background. And then music wise, like I said, California is like, I mean, Poway is the home of Blink 182. That's where
Yep.
they're from. So
I
like
didn't know that.
Blink 182, I listened to Green Day. I was in a bunch of like the emo stuff, like Taking Back Sunday, My Chemical Romance, like all that.
You were showing that
fun stuff.
picture of Tom DeLonge to me yesterday, and you were shocked that I knew who that was. I'm like, yeah, man, Blink 182. That's my band.
I walked up to Steve when he was training a client and just showed him a shirtless picture of Tom DeLonge from Blink 182 because it's funny. And he said, "Oh, Tom DeLonge," and I was like,
Who's
"You know who he is?" He's like, "Of
Yeah.
course I do." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, he's."
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then Illinois, California had a big hardcore punk scene and a big metalcore scene. Like a lot of the biggest metal bands from like Korn, Avenged Sevenfold, Deftones. So like there was that influence too in my life. And my brother was big into like thrash metal, new metal, all that stuff. So I kind of just trickled down to me.
Yeah.
But when I moved to Illinois, there's a lot less to do out there, obviously. So like I became a sponge when it came to like music because I really wanted to play music. So I was like, well, I want to absorb everything. So that's when I got into like the super, super heavy stuff, like the stuff you hear in the Stern,
Yeah.
like the screaming stuff.
Mhm.
And yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I want to back up for 1 second because I did have a note here about obviously you're a huge horror movie fan because you have a tattoo sleeve. Where or when kind of did you pick up this love for like horror music in general? And was there a specific movie or moment that kind of pushed you in that direction?
It started when I was like 5 for some reason. Like my dad said he would take me to Blockbuster. Do you remember Blockbuster?
I do remember
Okay.
Blockbuster.
I didn't know if
yeah.
Blockbuster shut down by that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I
but-
remember the fall of Blockbuster, the
Yeah.
rise of Redbox, and then Netflix.
Oh, dude, I always forget about Redbox.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
I
see
never
them.
used Redbox ever.
Really? It was like that weird middle
Yeah,
stage
I remember
between
that.
Netflix and Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I remember some stuff.
Yeah,
So-
Blockbuster was sick, but it was just
Yeah, it was.
it was like just it was a vibe. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
just like a great place to go into. But
Movie store.
I would go to my dad would be like, "Hey, let's get Veggie Tales or something." I would be like, and I literally would walk over like to the next aisle and look at like Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Friday the 13th, and I would come up and be like,
This one.
"This one," and he'd be like, "No." And after I kept doing that and told him that I didn't want to watch Veggie Tales, he said, "Okay, well, why don't you go pick something else like a black and white movie out?" Thinking like he's not gonna watch this, so I went and picked Frankenstein out, Boris Karloff one from the 30s, and he's not gonna watch this movie. Dog, I sat down and watched that whole entire thing, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna rewind it, and I just kept watching. I just loved the aesthetic, the vibe. It's something about it. I don't know exactly what it was. It was just like cool to me. I would draw monsters and stuff as a kid, and then when I was old enough, like parents started letting me watch like Halloween, The Exorcist, and dude, I was just hooked. Like I could not stop watching horror movies. Like I would go to those Walmart $5 bins with my allowance money and just find any movie I can and just be like, "Can you get this for me?" Because I can't, because I'm not 17, it's rated R, But it's I don't know, man. I just always been obsessed, and that's correlated to video games, Resident Evil, Silent Hill. It's just I don't know.
That's cool.
Some people think it's weird. I don't really care though, It's like that's my passion and my shtick.
Well, I never thought I'd find another person with like a full horror sleeve like me, and especially this exact same Michael Myers tattoo. So that's pretty cool.
Same exact design.
Yes.
That classic 78, man.
Yeah.
It's the way to go.
What are the odds?
So I'm curious, have you, living in Pennsylvania now for a little while, have you been to Centralia, the site that inspired the Silent Hill movies?
So I went back there actually. This is in 2017. I was recording in Bucks County with my old band, and I knew about Centralia being a Silent Hill fan. I was like, yo, it's only like an hour from us. Like, let's go see it. So we actually went, and the road still had the graffiti on it. So like we went, snuck over all the obstacles they have laying up, because you're not supposed to go there because it is a hazard zone. But it's Yeah, the whole road's covered in graffiti. For
Right.
those who don't know what Centralia, Pennsylvania is, if you look it up, they basically years ago did this
Mhm.
giant like trash like pile burn in the city, and it caused the coal mines, because they had very rich coal in there, to like catch on fire, and there's still a fire burning there to this day. So
yeah.
there's only like a few people that live there left, but no one else is allowed to move in
No,
because it's a hazard. But they had this big road,
it's called Graffiti Highway.
yeah,
Mhm.
graffiti highway, and it was covered in graffiti, but they ended up covering it up just because people were coming in, I think, and just breaking in too much.
Yeah.
Myself included.
Keegan
Busted.
included.
My statute of limitations, 7 years of breaking and entering,
I mean,
trespassing. Yeah.
nobody caught you. You're fine.
We got him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's crazy though. I have yet to go, but it's one of those places that I want to check out.
I'd be
Yeah.
curious to see what it's like now, like
Yeah.
how different it is. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I've
Like,
not been either. How far is that from here?
I'd say
2,
two, maybe 3 hours,
something like that.
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. It's
So.
towards Pittsburgh, right? Is that right?
I believe so.
Towards
Yeah.
yeah, in that direction. But
Yeah.
it's weird because like you can stand like on the surface, you can stand on the road and there's an active coal fire burning under your feet.
Yep.
Which is
That's
insane.
They say
Right.
sometimes in the winter you could see like steam coming
Yep.
out from
Through the
like,
cracks in
or
the ground.
smoke coming out through the cracks in the ground.
Yeah.
It's crazy looking.
I
But
can imagine.
I think the big reason this town became unsafe was because there was like, I think it was like sinkholes pretty
Yeah.
much, like because of the
Right.
coal, like people's like houses were like caving in, and like
Dropping.
it was just too hazardous for people
Yeah.
to live there. But
Yeah.
there was such a fight with the government about like staying there that they basically were like, okay, whoever lives here and wants to stay, you can stay,
Yeah.
but no one else can come in. Once these people are, have passed on, like this town's a ghost town for
Yeah.
like good. No one will be allowed here.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah,
That's wild, man.
yeah,
That
it used to be a prosperous town too. Like there was a lot of it's a very rich coal mine town. I mean,
Yeah.
you know how that is. West
Yep.
Virginia, man. Where you're
Mhm.
from, it's crazy how many people lost their jobs in those time eras.
It's gotta be that's gotta be like one of the biggest like coal veins in the world.
Yeah.
It's still burning.
Said it was
It's
very rich coal,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
Probably wasn't the
wild.
smartest idea to do
A controlled
Yeah.
burn. No.
but at the same time they probably didn't really know any better, thinking that what
True.
are the odds of that actually happening,
Right.
So
It's a good point.
Cool. So one
Jeez.
area I want to get into that's very that you're very passionate about, and something I actually want to learn a lot more about is the music side of you,
Mhm.
right? So when did music enter your life specifically? I think we're talking around like maybe 16 age, right? Picking up your first instrument.
I was actually 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
Right.
Yeah, I was
11?
11 years
Yeah.
old, yeah.
Wow.
What was the first instrument you picked up?
So technically I don't know if you count singing as an instrument, but that was
Well,
I started
I
doing
mean,
that when I was
your
like
voice is
10.
the instrument, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I started doing that when I was singing a little bit when I was 10. I would just mimic stuff I liked, like Green Day, Blink,
Mhm.
Korn, Slipknot, all that stuff. And then when I was 11, I tried to have my brother teach me guitar, but my fingers were actually like too small, like for a guitar. And
Really?
he's got bigger fingers than me, and he had like a regular fretboard. I needed like a junior fretboard. So I don't know. I just was watching. I actually saw as a videos of Joey Jordison, the rest in peace,
Yep.
the original drummer of Slipknot. He did this crazy drum solo, and I just remember being like, "How does a human do that? Like that is so just like." So
Super cool.
I asked my mom, "Can I have a drum kit?" She said no, because I had quit at pretty much anything sport I'd done in life. I was not an athletic kid, and I begged her. I said, "I'll do marching band, like in school. I'll play snare, and if I do it for 3 months, maybe we like maybe consider it." And she was
Mhm.
like, "Okay." So I stuck with marching band. I was in a it sucked because I was just learning drums, and I was with like trust fund kids who had been playing like snare since like literally like 4 years old. Like their parents put on all these like rich music classes, so they like made fun of me relentlessly because I sucked.
Yeah.
I wasn't good. I mean, but that was kind of like the fuel to the fire. Like, oh, I'm gonna show you like what's
Right.
up. And now I ended up doing more of the music they ever did. But it's
Right. Yeah.
it's motivation, But drums. And then when I was 15, I had a friend who was older than me, who asked me if I wanted to play in his band, but he needed a bassist. And I didn't even know how to play bass, but I said, sure. So I got a babysitting job for a few of my cousins, saved up enough money, got a bass, and I learned how to play bass by ear. And there was
That's impressive.
the guitar player though in my band, his name's Andrew. He was like still this day one of the craziest guitar players I've ever seen. Just so talented, but he taught me a lot. Like he taught me how to like the shortcuts on how to be a good player.
Hmm.
And he did stuff like I was 15 learning how to like record in a studio, you know, like,
Yeah.
so I'm playing with the click track. So I had all this stuff like embedded in me pretty much.
Yeah.
And then played a little bit of guitar, just learned enough to like record and write. And then, yeah, then that's when I started taking vocals more seriously once I got into high school.
Right.
Like I actually like learned how to scream, learned how to properly sing without blowing your voice out,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of stuff.
So what was the point that you were like, I want to give vocals a try? I mean, obviously you were
Mhm.
playing different instruments, but when was it like, I want to give that a shot?
I had always in my parents' basement, mom and dad, I'm sorry you're about to find this out. You don't know this, but so their surround sound system on the DVD player we had, I used to go down there after school before my parents got home
Mhm.
and I would turn it up all the way and I would act like I was actually performing. I would act like I was in Shadows from Avenged Sevenfold on
Nice.
stage. I would like basically fake being a front man. So I always had a passion to do it. But once I got my first recording set up, I started tinkering around with like tracking vocals.
Mhm.
And that's when I got really, really comfortable because there's just a lot of experience, you know. When
Yeah.
you're singing out loud and you hear it on a video, it's a little different when you're into a mic. It's dry. There's no processing, so you have
Right.
to it exposes all those
Mhm.
imperfections. Once I got really comfortable doing that, I started another band when I was like 21. I started playing bass and singing. I didn't
Ooh.
scream. I just played bass and sang. And I think that was my first, like, okay, I think I could be a front man one day. But yeah, I just, man, honestly, I love playing all of it. But
Yeah.
all instruments are fun to play to me.
That's cool.
So
I have no musical talent whatsoever in terms of reading music, playing music at all. So it's really cool to see like you picking up different instruments and understanding how to play all of them, and then picking up vocals,
yeah,
which there is nothing to play besides what you're given,
yeah,
which is insane.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I also think like you think it's impressive. I also think it's impressive when like you can go there and play basketball and like just
Fair.
for good, like, and you're athletic and like
Right.
you can do all these like I never have those things, so I'm always like,
Mhm.
how do you do that? It's just like
Right.
impressive to me. So it's probably the same feeling you get.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
what-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's what my dad was. He was like, I don't get it. He's like, you can't dribble basketball, you can't play football, like you're not really athletically gifted, but you could play drums. Like I don't get it. And I'm like, I don't get it either, Dad.
He goes,
I'm like,
where did that come from?
Yeah.
I think it's just because I actually cared. I really think that's what it comes down
Yeah.
to is
Mhm.
actually wanting to.
You cared
like, you're
enough to
excited.
learn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for yourself too. And that's what I discovered.
Yeah.
Kind of that too. It's really it's like a passion for your inner self
right. It's
versus
like a
sports
passion
is a
project.
team thing, you know?
Oh,
But
yeah.
I always admire people who are musically talented because I have 3 guitars and I know the time, the patience, lots of patience, and the consistency that you have to do to like. There's so much musically to learn, and for you to actually do that by ear is incredible,
Right.
right? But like when I'm studying like music theory and different things like that, and then also trying to apply it to guitar, like dude, it's such a time-consuming process, and it's so easy to give up
oh yeah.
because I got into a rabbit hole of like seeing all these people play guitar on YouTube, like doing cover
Yeah.
songs and things like that. I'm like, these guys are so freaking ridiculous, and it makes you want to quit because you're like, I'm never gonna be that good. So for you to actually be where you are now, man, that's incredible. So
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
I also watch YouTube videos and go, what the like every time I see someone like who, but it's wild, man. You'll see like a 14-year-old go in there and just shred, and you're just like,
yeah,
dude, what? Like it's like people are progressing fast, and I think that's just because of one experience with guitar players. You know, like it constantly changes, or like players get better over time.
Yeah.
Genres change. But specifically metal, the drums are the hardest part, without a doubt.
Yeah.
They're so chaotic and crazy, and like especially nowadays, dude, drums are nuts.
yeah. Well, I
but it's
remember. I
crazy
don't
to see
know
it.
if you saw a video of the new Trivium drummer when he
Yeah.
did that solo
Mhm.
just video of him playing drums to their new song.
Yeah. Alex Rudinger, baby.
And dude,
the
oh
man.
my goodness, insane.
Yeah, it's just
so incredible.
I kind of wish I wasn't a drummer sometimes though, because whenever we play in the band, I feel like a drummer like has a slight hiccup, I instantly notice it, and I'm like, it's like my inner drummer ear, and I'm like, I wish I didn't notice this stuff.
Yeah. Dang. So
Yeah.
even when you're performing, when you're singing, when you're vocalizing, you pick up on the drummer behind you if there's a hiccup. Like
Yeah.
most people aren't going to pick it up.
When it's live, it's just like whatever, let it go. But like
Yeah.
when you're practicing, it's like
Right.
Like I don't know how, it's just me being picky, I
Yeah.
think. And
That's
yeah,
cool though. You have that attention to detail. Whereas like
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I would have no idea.
yeah,
not
I
at all.
was very hard. He's not drummer, but I was very hard on Ego Death's guitar player Martin when he first came in, just because he
Yeah.
hadn't played in a band in a while, and he was, there's like little things here and there, and I was just on him, and I think he was just like,
Yeah.
this son of a bitch, man, he is just like on me, but like
Right.
now he's a great player, and like I think he's like,
Yeah.
hey, heck yeah, like
Well, like when you guys are recording for an actual like album, like legit things that
Yeah.
you're going to put out, not live
Yeah.
music, like
It makes a difference.
you have to be on
Yeah.
point. Like
Uh-huh.
Yep.
you instantly notice if you're not.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
And then like even like recording nowadays, man, I've played in bands. I'm not going to name people or anything, but I've played where the engineer will be like, "All right, track," and the guitar starts playing. They go, "You're not tracking guitar." They'll just straight up like, "You're not going to do it. You can't play it." And they'll just take it from you. They'll take it from you and play it.
Wow.
That happened to me
That's insane.
one time when I was very young with bass, and I was like, I am never letting that happen again, because like it was one part, and every time I hear it, I'm like, yep, that part's not me playing it, because
Wow.
it's just like, but that's what they do, man. If you
Yeah.
show up unprepared, they're gonna,
Right.
you're on time crunch when you're recording.
True.
Yep.
So,
Right.
so yeah, I think that's why I'm very hard on people, is because I've lived that life before.
Makes
It's
total sense though. Yeah. It would be like you watching like if we watched a basketball game together,
Mhm.
and obviously basketball is not your sport, but like you could see, like you would see somebody set a screen and go like, oh, that was pretty cool. I would look at that screen and be like, oh, he was way too far, or he
Yeah,
was way too close, or like that wasn't where he should have been.
Yeah.
Like that's the attention to detail that I have with the thing that I'm passionate about, but you have the same thing with drumming and instruments and like performing, which is
It's like my dad with
fantastic.
football.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
coaching and stuff. But yeah, that's a good point there though, because like that's also why when I watch sports, I never commentate or say anything,
Really?
because I hate when people watch sports that don't know anything about sports, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, shut up! Like,
Right.
you don't even know what you're talking about.
They're just whining.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. But that would be like me commentating on music. Like, I don't know. I couldn't do that.
yeah.
Not at all.
It's a hard thing, because with music, it's like it's an opinion.
For
At
sure.
the end of the day, the product is, if it's an opinion, if you
Yeah.
like it or you don't.
Right.
But then there's like, you see that guy every once in a while will be like, this is the worst shit I've ever heard. I
Mhm.
fucking hate this band. You guys suck. And it's just like,
Right.
you don't even play an instrument. Like you can't even
Right.
say anything. Like you don't even have like
Yeah.
any like background music. But it's also just like, who cares,
Right.
So it's kind of the same thing.
In that way,
Happens,
yeah. I could see that for sure.
So this kind of plays perfect into our next part, where I wanted to ask you about the story of Ego Death and how that came about.
All right.
That's a good question.
Yeah. So I played in a previous band before Ego Death called Broken Youth, and we were signed, had a management booking agency, all that fancy stuff.
Was this in Illinois?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically like St. Louis area. It's where we said we were from, because they were like an hour and a half from St. Louis, and that's the nearest
It's the
big
biggest city.
market. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, man, we did that for 6 years. Did a lot of really, really cool stuff. Got to play with some cool artists. It ended up breaking up after we fulfilled our contract on the label, and we were the label pretty much didn't do anything for us at all, like on their end. So we regressed pretty much in like popularity. All our monthly streams, our monthly listeners went down on Spotify. It was just kind of disheartening. I think at that point, everyone was so burnt out. My guitar player is becoming a pharmacist, like a licensed pharmacist. That's what he does now.
Oh, wow. That's a hard switch.
Yeah. Frontman's has a kid.
Wow.
Now, and our drummer actually lives in Bucks County, about 2 hours from here, so that's cool.
No way.
But yeah, if we broke up, and I originally didn't want to do anything with music anymore, because I was just very bitter, angry, resentful towards the music industry as a whole. Honestly, I was until about this year,
right,
with a lot of things, just stuff that happened. But yeah, I was Broken Youth was done. I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing anything anymore. And then I was just like, 2 months go by, and I'm like, I need to write
itching.
I need to write music.
Yeah.
But then I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to do a solo project where I actually do the frontman thing, but it's just going to be for studio.
Yeah.
So I went and recorded with these two guys named Caleb Freyot and Ben McGinnis, and we wrote a song together, song Graves, and I was just like, all right, this is actually cool. I think I want to start a band with this. And it was very slow, and that's also because why I was starting this band, I was moving out here.
Right.
So the whole band was formed and like ready to start playing shows, and then I moved. essentially. And then we had our first show in October. So that's why I was going back and forth from here to St. Louis. I would fly in, play a show, fly back.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's literally how Ego Death started. When I relocated and wanted to start doing more stuff here, the guys weren't really 100% on board with coming out here a lot. And it was just in all fairness, like I can't keep going out to St. Louis and spending money, making money, breaking even, coming home. Like it gets old, it's tiring.
Right.
And they all have full-time, corporate jobs where they can't just take off work whenever they want.
For sure.
So now I have Martin and then Kyle Devaney, Kyle Ghost. You guys know him
Ghost
around
Gallery.
here. Ghost Gallery Tattoo, represent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now I got those guys in the band, and after this, I'm actually going to shoot a music video. So,
Nice.
so with those two guys, yeah, it's
That'll be
awesome,
fun.
dude.
yeah. So it's just been playing shows, releasing music,
Cool.
making heavy music. It's a good cathartic experience, I guess, to just let that stuff out.
No, go ahead. No, you got it.
I was going to say I've gotten to see you guys live twice now, and yeah, dude, you guys bring it, man.
Thank you.
So incredible to see you up there. Just your presence up there, man. You're
appreciate that, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
What would you say? Do you have like goals and aspirations for your current band? Do you want like record label? Do you want like to be signed? Do you want like is that the goal?
I think so. The only thing I'm actually a little iffy on, which is kind of counterproductive, what I'm saying is touring. And that's just because 31 now. And it's just, the longer, when I go travel now and go anywhere, I just want to be home. I just hate traveling sometimes. I'm just tired. And being on the road's tough, dude. You don't sleep. You really don't eat that well. Shows are hit or miss a lot of times when you're starting out. So I just don't know. Part of me wants to do that grind. Part of me doesn't. It's back and forth. But I would like the band to get signed to not necessarily just a label, but even a distribution company that would help promote the music and get it in more people's ears. That's really the big goal, is just to get the band to grow, on a year-by-year basis or month-by-month basis, by doing more content, releasing more music, whatever it may be, playing more shows. It's, the market's changed a lot since I've started playing. Now it's pretty much if you want to play in a band, you have to release content now. It's it's weird because I'm I'm like a metalcore hardcore band, so I'm not singy songy stuff. It's really heavy. I don't want to be the 31-year-old guy in a parking garage being my own music, and it's just I don't know, I see some people do it now, and it's kind of part of me wants to be hey man, have some self-awareness. And I hate doing that because I understand they're grinding just like others are, but there has to be a level of hey man, you look
goofy.
Yeah, you look like the definition of what is the guy from high school trying to make as a rapper, that kind of thing. It's just
we had those.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I thought I could rap when I was in 6th grade. I heard Linkin Park for the first time, and Eminem and 50 Cent. I was like, yeah. I was like,
I think all of us at some point, yeah. Yep. No.
Then you see the movie 8 Mile, and you're like, oh yeah,
yeah, right.
I just think it's funny. It's my 3 favorite rappers: Eminem, 50 Cent, and Mike Shinoda. It's just really random.
I see. That's cool.
Oh man,
I like that.
So you did bring up the financial aspect of being in a band, touring. And I don't believe a lot of people really understand or have a true grasp of just how much financial responsibility it takes to do that stuff. So can you kind of go over, maybe let's just say one tour, you go over to St. Louis and come back. So what does this look like financially for you? You have plane tickets, you have all this other stuff.
Yeah. So I have to pay for the plane ticket. Of course, that's going to come out of my pocket, So that's $300, $400. I go in.
Depends on when you purchase it.
That too.
If you know, months in advance. Yeah. That would be nice.
I usually would go out there and stay with our old guitar player, Ricky, because he had a pretty decent sized house. And we also practice in his basement. It's like a wonderland for musicians down there. It's crazy.
Thank you, Ricky.
But yeah, go out there and then you play a show. And so I'd already be, probably 500 in the hole with just traveling costs and stuff like that too, eating stuff, because I'm not bringing groceries with me or anything. Can't really meal prep necessarily.
No.
And then we play the show, and then I just look at the finances after with merch and what we made from a guarantee or from if we did pre-sales, and I just divide it up. And
so you kind of have to ramp up merch creation at this point too. So you're also putting costs into that.
Yeah.
As far as like shirts.
For sure.
Merch is how you make your money.
Yeah.
Like no band's gonna go play a show, even if you're a big band, like, and you're on a tour and you're making $500 a night. $500 a night between 5 guys, a merch person, and a photographer, so 7 people in a van isn't anything, and that's got to go. A 15-passenger van costs probably $100 to fill up at least. It's a big van, and gas is expensive. And if you don't own the van, you have to rent the van, which is also expensive. If you don't own the trailer, you got to rent the trailer too. Having the trailer is also a gas haul, a double axle trailer and a 15-passenger. And it gets even more expensive. If you're big enough and you get in an RV or a bus, buses can be like $1,500 a day, I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy.
Like that's a lot of money but you got to really be making money to do it. That's
got to be a serious tour.
There's a lot of bands that I've seen now that used to be band. I call them a bus band. Like they toured on buses,
right? And
now they have to go back to bands.
Really?
And that's got to suck, dude. If you go from
right.
I mean, it almost feels like you went from rich to poor.
It's a demotion.
Yeah. So it's a lot of money. So my side of it is pretty simple since I just fly and come back home.
Right.
Usually I've been very fortunate. I've been breaking even when I go out to these shows. So after I pay the guys and then merch is kind of recouped and stuff. Once the merch is recouped, a lot of that can go back to help pay the band.
Right.
So that's
So I'm curious. I don't know that that's the direction that we're gonna go eventually, but I'm curious. When your merch is produced, is it being produced in Illinois and then it's there at the show when you get there with one of your guys, or do you produce it here and you don't fly with it, right?
Actually I do sometimes.
You do? Okay.
We don't have a ton. So I've always been, since we play shows once, usually it's every few months or something like that.
Yeah.
What I do is I just order enough merch for that show. So you don't order too much and you don't sit there with stockpiles of merch in your room forever.
Gotcha.
So I've really just shoved it in suitcases and whatnot, but merch is the lifeline for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't too sure how that would work.
Yeah, we go through Rock Mill, by the way. Shout out Rock Mill Industries. And they're a big sponsor for ARC. They print all their merch too. So they're good people.
And I had planned for today to wear my Ego Death t-shirt, so you have to forgive me.
It's okay.
I completely forgot about it.
It's okay.
I was literally
I'm going to leave now.
He goes, I'm going to go record that video.
Yeah. I'm going to go home and grab mine real quick for you.
Oh, man. I feel bad about that.
You're all good, dog.
I don't think I actually got one last time I was there. Dang.
You might have some extra ones.
I'm going to purchase it next time I go to a show. None of that. No.
We'll have new stuff then, too.
That's fine. Perfect. Works for me.
So tell us this. What's one story from touring or playing shows that people wouldn't believe unless they were there?
Man.
I'm sure you got a ton.
I'd also like to know time frame. That would be interesting.
Some of it I can't tell on here because I literally will get in trouble. Not only by Spotify, but our own boss probably too. I don't think I should.
Just whatever you feel comfortable with.
I should have thought about this.
That's okay.
If you want to pass, you can. It's all good.
One time we played in Ohio at a Holiday Inn, or not at a Holiday. We played in Ohio at this place called the Electric Factory, and the crowd did not like us. They just stood there and looked at us, and it was really weird. It was because every show, dude, we had just played with I Prevail and Bad Wolves. So it's 1,000 people. We sold out of our merch. We're like, dude, people really like us. Dude, we go play the show in Ohio to 100 people. They're just
they were not there for you.
Dude, they didn't buy anything. They bought no merch. It was the weirdest thing ever. This is my old band Broken, dude. This is 2018. They ran out of Red Bull at the venue, so we were drinking Monster and vodka. Me and the whole band. And we had this wooden sword for some reason that our guitar player bought, and we kept putting it on our merch table. But we got really hammered. Our photographer drove us back to our hotel, and the whole band and our friends stayed in 2 different hotel rooms in the Holiday Inn. I don't know why, but I decided it would be smart to get butt naked and run around the hotel floor with the wooden sword and chase. And I was chasing our guitar player around with it. I was like, "Come here!" He's like, "Get away from me!" That's the only PG-13 story I could think of.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah. I guess I think the hotel staff, if I remember correctly, they called the room next door. No, it wasn't even. They were like, "Hey," and pretty much yelled at them.
Jeez.
And it wasn't because of the naked thing; it was because of the
Sword?
noise complaint.
Oh,
Because I was screaming when I was running down the. Yeah, I don't know why. That's
Get-
also why I don't drink alcohol like that anymore. Because I
Smart.
would do stupid stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Jeez, dude.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever been that drunk before. But if I had a wooden sword, I'd probably chase somebody with it. That's for sure.
That's dude, that's the thing with alcohol. Like I like to, you guys know I'm goofy. I like to mess around, but when drinking though, like if I drink like liquor, that's usually not a good thing for me.
Right.
Like I don't make smart choices. I just lose control of myself, and I also don't believe when people say alcohol brings out like your true self. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It chemically alters your brain. Like, I'm sure there's a truth serum behind it. You know, like
For sure.
people spill out the truth when they're drunk, but like,
Right. You're a little more loose-lipped.
I mean, sober me wouldn't go, hey, I should go chase my friend with a wooden sword naked in a Holiday Inn in Ohio. Like, I just shouldn't do that. That's stupid. Like,
Right.
dumb.
You know a little bit better.
Whole 31-year-old me would also be like, that's a quick way to get arrested for a bunch of stupid charges. You know what I mean? Like,
well, Brock, if you're listening, no wooden swords at Ark because Keegan will be butt naked.
Dude, Micah has like two. I think she has two swords.
Oh god,
like legitimate.
We gotta hide
swords.
those things.
have a naked sword fight, me and Brock.
Jesus.
You hear that, Brock? I challenge you.
Friggin'
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Christ. Man.
Okay.
So you did mention a couple really high profile bands that you played with, Bad Wolves being one.
Mm-hmm.
What I know we have a ton of bands back here on the playlist in the Stern. Can you just go through maybe a handful of them that you actually have played with?
Yeah. I Prevail and Bad Wolves. We've played with Dayseeker when they were a baby band. Like literally no one knew who they were. It's like 10 years ago, maybe. Asking Alexandria, We Came as Romans, Escape the Fate, Word Alive. Trying to think if there's more. Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah.
I actually did a collab with the singer of Ice Nine Kills in like 2015. Back when they were popular, but not like
now.
Popular. They would be like they would play love drafts and like draw like a couple hundred people popular at that time. Cool. But yeah, man, a lot of these bands though that you're hearing now blow up like big time are just now getting their, getting rewarded for all the hard work. Like Ice Nine Kills has been a band for since I think 2003 or something ridiculous.
It's a grind, man.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think now I know you said that you're not like super keen on the idea of touring. Do you think like even just playing local shows around here, do you think you could get your name out there as a band enough to kind of get where you want to go with it without touring? Because I know that's where a lot of fandom comes from.
Yeah.
Is hearing people in places that, you're the opener or something like that, and then you pick up a couple hundred people listening.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, that is the correct thing to do is to continue to play locally. Because like if you just go on tour with random local bands that don't have a following, you're going to play. You're just wasting time and money.
Yeah, because there's not really going to be a crowd there. But it's their crowd. It's not yours.
Yes.
That
you
makes
need
sense.
to learn to like grow a fan base organically in the local scene and then start branching out. But like, I think it's a smart move. A lot of people are against it because they don't like having to pre-sell tickets or whatever. But like, I've always been a big fan of like, hey, can we play on a tour package? You know, like we do at that King 810 show. It was a really good show for us because it's put us in front of a whole big crowd of new eyes and ears, So like, same thing with, that's why like my old band played all those big shows because we would do it, always make sure we sold tickets and did well. And we just kept getting more and more. So
that's awesome.
But that's kind of the goal is to build it locally.
Yeah.
Start doing like weekend runs. So like maybe on like a Friday, Saturday, you go to like, let's say you go to Philly and then you go to Baltimore or something. You kind of just do a little like weekend warrior run, and then you start building more fans that way until you've built enough to where you can start doing your first tours.
For sure.
Start playing Philly and Baltimore. And then let's say you play in New York somewhere, you play up and
you go to Jersey somewhere.
Yeah, Jersey or Massachusetts. The next thing you know, boom, hey guys, we could do our first tour. We can hit all these 5 places we've hit before.
Right.
And we have gotten a little more popular so people will show up. Like that's how I like to look at it.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Music's weird, man. It's not like any other business. Like
it's unpredictable.
Yeah, and it's not black and gray like everything else. Like of many like businesses can be just very black and white sometimes. It's just sign this, here's this deal, it's done.
Here's your money.
It's not like that in music. It is just all over the place.
Right.
Cool. So I want to switch gears a little bit. I love the music talk, man. It's we can't wait for some more music from you guys. So
Thank you.
but I want to get into one of your previous jobs where you worked as a correctional officer. You did that for 5.5 years.
Yeah, close to it, man.
Yeah. What led you onto that path?
Money,
Yeah.
benefits.
Mhm.
I graduated college in 2017, and I had a bachelor's in criminal justice. So I didn't want to be a cop though.
Yeah.
That's not for me. No disrespect, it's not my
Mhm.
line of work. And I don't know, man. At the time, it was just that they're really good. The department's good at dangling that carrot in front of you and being like, "Hey, start out, like 25 an hour, full benefits, cheap health insurance, union representatives, like it's all this, bunch of vacation." And those are great things, but jobs obviously not. But
Right.
I just said I wanted a career job, and I also wanted more money so I could build my old band at the time, which if it wasn't for that job, I would have not have been able to build it. So,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, it supplied me. I was to be self-sufficient and to, I don't know, turn me into a man too, I
Yeah.
guess you could
Right.
say. But yeah, it wasn't, I don't believe there's anybody who like is like, I want to be a CEO because that's like my life dream. It's more of like that's good money, pay,
I can do this for a little while kind of thing.
Yeah. Some
Right.
people make a career out of it, man. I think it just depends on the kind of person you are, what your
Right.
threshold is for mental torture, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to bring that up. How did that experience kind of shape you just mentally and emotionally? Like that's got to be a very intense just atmosphere to be in.
So that's a tough workplace, I can imagine.
Yeah. It's not only, do you have to worry about inmates potentially getting on the hand, violent, angry, whatever it may be, but you also, I'm not trying to like sound mean to her because I have a lot of friends still from there, but there's a lot of crappy people that work that job, man. People
Right.
cheat on their wives, beat their wives, severe alcoholism, which no disrespect if you're going through that, like I fully like,
Hmm.
I get it, but like it's just negative. It's a very hostile, negative environment on top of dealing with the inmates. And it's just some people it doesn't bother them. To me, it bothered me. And I think that's just having anxiety and working in prison's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I just I couldn't do it anymore. It was too
Mm.
much. The last year of that job specifically, it was probably like the worst bout of mental health I've ever experienced. Like I couldn't believe it. Like I was
Did the job contribute? I can
yeah.
imagine.
Yeah. Oh, that's 110%. I was
Okay.
also in a not so great relationship at the time, but that's
Mm.
just part of it. But like the job, man, it's like it's a job where you could go in and sit down and nothing happens.
Right.
And then it's a job you can go in and then shit hits the fan and it's the worst day ever. Like
Right.
your worst day of work is literally the worst day of work is kind of how
Yeah.
I look at it. But I just was getting to a point where I was throwing up before work like every
Mm.
morning and I was
Out of
starting to,
anxiety
yeah.
and being anxious about it.
Mhm.
Right.
I also injured myself towards the end of my career there, like outside of work,
Mm.
and was off work for a month. And dude, on top of being sick, anxious, and like just like having that month to reflect on everything, I was like withering away. I went from like 220 to 185, I think.
Jeez.
Yeah, like really, really fast. I was just because I couldn't eat because I like my appetite was wrecked. I couldn't move. I didn't have any energy.
Right.
So depression on top of that, anxiety. Oh, just it's a bad mess. And I finally just said, if I don't leave this job, I'm gonna end up dying. Like it's
Yeah.
and I have seen a lot of people that have passed away at like really young ages, either when they first retire or when they're still in the job or about to retire. And I think that says a lot about and these people were also guys that are pretty resilient. You would never guess that stuff bothers them.
Right.
It's what the job does, man.
Well,
You're constantly in a state of,
right.
Tension pretty much.
I mean, anybody's going to have their breaking point when it comes to that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
it's definitely better that you realize that and got out of it sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
So,
And I deal with some stuff after. Like I got some, I guess they told me I have some PTSD from it. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. But
Right.
it's just it can be a little hard sometimes, like stuff that I used to enjoy doing. Like I love going to concerts, but sometimes going to concerts can be really, really hard for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes being in like a big city when there's a lot of people walking around you, it's really hard for me to have people walk behind me.
Yeah.
Um, I don't like sitting at restaurants facing away from the exit anymore. It's
Yeah,
just,
you told me that not too long ago. That was
Yeah.
one of the things that
yeah,
kind of bothered you now. So
yeah. But you know, on to bigger and better things. You know.
yeah, absolutely. So this
True.
is kind of the time that you discovered ARC. Is that right?
Yeah. So Kyle Ghost, I have known Kyle since I was 19 years old, from whenever he first came to the United States from Australia to play in a band. I was a huge fan of his band back then, so I was stoked to just go talk to this new guy, and we became friends. We'd play.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Kyle had a whole professional career, way bigger than anything I've ever done.
Really?
He played Japan in front of 5,000 people, I think, or something crazy.
No
I'll have to
way.
show you. It's pretty crazy.
That's
Dang.
sick.
He
I
won't
did not
talk
know
about it because he's kind of like, I don't want to sound like a wash up. I get that, dude. I'm like, but
Yeah.
that's a crazy, like, that's not like, you don't meet people who do stuff like that.
No,
you know?
you don't. An
Yeah.
Australian band playing in Japan.
Yeah, and they conquered the U.S. too. Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
Capture the Crown. Yeah, they were one of my favorite bands at the time.
I didn't know that at
Yeah.
all.
But we talked every day.
Yeah.
On and off throughout the years. Whenever I would tour, I'd stay at his house and stuff with him and Sarah, and we kept contact. We played a lot of Warzone together
Mhm.
and other games. And one night I was just talking to him, and I was like, dude, I hate my job. I don't like where my life's at right now. I'm like, I feel like shit all the time. I'm like, this job's literally going to kill me. Like, I don't know what to do.
Mhm.
He goes, what about being a personal trainer? And I literally laughed at him and said, no, they pay like shit. Because, dude, like the gyms in my area where I grew up, it's like, we're talking like nothing, like
Personal trainers have 2 or 3 jobs.
basically minimum wage.
Right.
So I'm like, no. And he goes, I don't think I think it's a little better than what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I said, okay, well, sure. I said, shoot me info.
Yeah.
So he gave me Brock's info, or either that, or he gave Brock's info me. But
One of the ways.
yeah, we talked. I just told him who I was and told him I had interest in personal training, and he was just like, all right, man. I was like, yeah, and I think I'm gonna move. I'm like, if I can get a job, I'm gonna move. And he was like,
Yeah.
all right. I was like, he's like, you can come check it out anytime. So I came up here with actually with the guy I chased with the wooden sword. He told me, he called me one day because I had made the decision, I was gonna go do this.
Of course it was him.
Yeah.
Of course.
He goes, well, I have a week off work. He goes, I'm pretty bored. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get all my stuff to Pennsylvania because I really don't want to buy a moving truck. He goes, we can take all the big stuff in my SUV and just go up there. I'm like, you're going to take me to Pennsylvania? He goes, sure.
Why not?
So he drove the whole way. He won't let me drive either.
Really?
So he drove. He dumped off like half my stuff at Kyle's because I moved in with him for a little bit, for about 6 months. And then I came here, looked around, saw Brock, went up to talk to him. He's like, all right. He's like, can you come here at 6 a.m. tomorrow? I was like, yeah. So I came in the next day.
Is that when you started shadowing?
No.
No?
I went and met with him and Micah. They interviewed me,
Yeah.
and then they went, cool, you want to work here? And I was like,
Sure.
yes. And then I got a second job at the time to help me get off my feet in the process as well. And dude, it was a lot. I moved here with pretty much nothing in my name. And I just said, I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. Like,
There's
what
nothing
do I have to lose?
There's nothing tying you to where you were.
Yeah. And like, if it sucks, I can just go back home. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I thought my thought process was. And
True.
yeah. And then on top of that, I think it just all made sense. I met my girlfriend, Daniela, like within the first like month of living here.
Right.
I wasn't necessarily looking to like date. I was just kind of trying to get to know people because I'm new to the area,
Right.
Were you like chasing her with a sword too? You're like,
I hope not. You're going to be my girlfriend. Different sword. Different sword.
I wasn't even going there. Gutter mind over here.
Sorry, my fault. Been brought through sword fighting.
Yes, that's how I discovered art. Noah took me into, was very, he offered to help me with anything I needed. So everyone was very, very, everyone in this gym and at the training company, ARC and NGPT, like made this move so much easier. Like, like there is so much selfless acts of just kindness from people towards me to a complete stranger. And like, I'll never forget that stuff, man. Like,
it's huge.
It's weird when you're in an area where someone comes on and goes, hey, need help moving stuff? I'm like, I don't know who you are, but yeah. It's like,
you're not going to steal. You're not going to steal my shit.
Yeah, right.
You're not going to take it. Right.
You want this 10-year-old Samsung TV?
Right.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you kind of what it was like moving states and starting somewhere fresh, but this is kind of where me and you have a lot of similarity because I also moved from another state, leave family behind, come here with essentially not knowing anyone. That can be, I mean, I know for me, it was very difficult for the first several months at least. How did you kind of adjust once you got here? How long did it take you to feel like it was home?
Settled in,
Yeah.
maybe.
Dude, honestly, probably until like January of last year, I would say, because I moved here in March 24, and it just was a long process of just like, different things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really, really hard at first. I missed my family a lot, but I kept in contact with them. They helped me whenever I needed them, and just having this gym in general made it not feel so lonely. But I do go in spurts sometimes where like if I'm like just had a really bad day, like you just want to go see your mom and your dad, just go like see your parents and talk to them, tell them about your day. I don't get that, neither you. It's like you got to call them, but it doesn't.
It's not the same as having that personal one-on-one interaction.
And then
I totally get it.
Yeah, I miss all my friends back home too, because like those have been my dudes since for a long time. So it's just a different. Like I have really good friends out here I consider best friends, like you guys and stuff. But you know how it is when you have your day ones though, and they're miles away from home. You don't get to see them much.
Yeah,
So.
it's not the same.
Yeah. And it sucks because when I go out to see or out to visit for like a week, like it feels like I'm just trying to fill in hour blocks, literally like a trainer.
Yeah.
Of when can I go see this person, that person, that person, that person. It's just hard.
Yeah. Appointments.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you sit there for an hour and you're like, oh, I'm so stoked to see her. Like, I gotta go.
Right.
Like it's.
I truly think that, man, we are put in places for a reason, and for you and I, especially coming from somewhere, far away, not knowing anyone, to be surrounded with the incredible people in this community, man, it makes that transition so much easier. And even now, man, like, dude, there's so many selfless people that will help with anything, anytime, anywhere. It's just amazing, like, to be able to be in this community, and it's something I did not even envision or dream of. It's been incredible.
Yeah, man.
It's different.
Blows my mind to this day.
Yeah.
Like some people, like, dude, for instance, the other day, Brock's client Mike came in. He goes, "Hey, I have like a ton of just leftover like grass-fed organic beef in my Yeti cooler in my truck. You guys can go take it." And this whole thing's filled. I'm like, dude, you could have sold this for a lot of money, but you're just giving it to people like that. Just stuff like that, or I don't know. Even like for me, like I know all of us get this, but like getting Christmas gifts from clients. It's like you're buying me a gift. Like, like that's like to me, like I'm like
we have some of the best people, man.
We do, man.
Amazing.
It's I think it all comes down to here is just it's the community. It's the environment. This is a no bullshit, keep the positivity up, encourage each other type environment. And I like that while still maintaining serious work ethic with training, so it's not just like a come in here, it's all nice and friendly. Don't lift too hard.
You're going to come in here, you're going to work, right?
You're going to lift your ass off, and everyone here is going to tell you to keep going, until you look good. Like that's, There is something to be said also about like, like giving compliments to people. Like if you give people compliments and encourage them, it boosts your, like, it almost boosts your self-esteem.
It makes both people feel good.
Yeah.
Right. You almost give a compliment to somebody else to make yourself feel a little good too, which nothing wrong with that. Why not do it? Why not do so?
Yeah,
it's true.
Right? That's
Hey, nice sword.
Sword.
We got to keep you away. We got to keep you away from
keep this guy away from Renaissance fairs.
All right, so now that we're kind of now that we're into the ARC era and kind of you're a personal trainer now, so you have the Dave Palumbo Smart Certification, in1 Biomechanics. How do those kind of play into your coaching or training style with your clients?
So those two specific things helped me understand nutrition a lot better, and the biomechanics dude, when you do that biomechanics course, it immediately, like, you just see things differently. Like I told you, you can almost see like lines and like, it's almost like you could see like different things whenever you're setting up an exercise for someone when they're performing it. Like, when something looks off, you know exactly what to do.
Yep.
That biomechanics course is excellent for that. So I think for my coaching style though, like I've incorporated the seriousness of, we got to make sure these exercises are set up properly and they need to be executed properly as well.
Yep.
on top of that, we're also gonna have fun in our training session. Like I want to get to know you, you know what I mean? I want to goof off with you, but like also keep it serious. And I think that's why I've had a lot of clients stick with me as long, is because I'm not just coming in and being like 8 reps.
Yep.
Okay, next machine, 8 reps. Like it's like, come on, 8 reps, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
It's like
that's what we're about, man.
You want to be a weakling for the rest of your life? You know, like just joke around.
Yeah, relationship building, and I know both of you guys are the best at it, at motivating clients and being cheerleaders, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. How I look at it is people pay top dollar for a top dollar service. So you need to provide a top dollar service for these people, They, don't show up. They're coming in. A lot of times they're going to be coming in like, I don't want to work out today. I'm not feeling good. So if you come in like, I don't want to work out. I don't feel like training. I'm tired. Then the training session sucks. And we're all guilty of having that happen to us from time to time. But it's just.
That's where it's, reframe immediately.
Hey, pull your head out of your ass, man. It's like, that's always what I have to tell myself.
Positivity.
It's cool, like especially with our business. I worked with a lady a while ago. I don't know if you guys remember Amy.
Yeah.
Bigger lady. She was absolutely fantastic. She told me at one point after she had moved, maybe it was a little bit beforehand, but she didn't just stick with me as a client because of progress that we made, in which we made fantastic progress. But she was like, I like you as a person, and like when I work with you, I know it's only half an hour, but I know I'm going to come in, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to laugh, and I'm going to feel better when I leave. Like, and if those things, if you can have somebody work hard and even feel better when you leave, maybe you're not the funniest person on the planet, but like if you can do those two things for people, it speaks volume.
Yes.
On top of helping them get to where they want to go with whatever their goals may be, it makes so much of a difference. And that's where you see people stick around forever.
Yeah.
You can see clients for a long time stick with one person because of that relationship.
And you know what that does as far as like word of mouth, like getting out, like that spreads, like that is the best kind of marketing for us, like word of mouth. If you do something good for this person, they're going to tell 5 other people. And then those 5 people are going to tell.
They go to that Christmas party. Oh, how did you make so much progress? Last year you looked so much
and that's
different.
That's how you become a successful trainer. Right.
Absolutely.
And it's and I do take it seriously, like it's something that like I am passionate about. Like I get frustrated like if a client's not maybe following nutrition and isn't having a lot of progress with like body fat. I'm like, I was like, come on, but it's just because I care so much, you have to but it's
you have to care.
And it shows. It's good. If you didn't care, then none of your people would make progress ever.
I mean, we're in a spot where we actually have to care probably more than they do.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
And some people, man, they come in like I've learned this too. It's given me a different perspective dealing with when you deal with someone one-on-one that maybe you don't like hang out with outside. Like you get to know the person session by session and know their story. And some people come in here, man, because they're broken. They've had horrible life has just not been good to them. And like this is their only place of peace, for an hour, maybe. So like if you show up being a douche, like like why would you want to set that precedent for that person? So, and like I said, we're all guilty of maybe you didn't something, I don't know, like last night my dog threw up on the freaking blanket. We had to get up and clean it. Like, like sometimes like you get up and you're tired. You don't really like have a lot of energy and you may not provide the best service. Yeah, that too. But, it's, everyone makes the mistakes, but like you said, reframe immediately. Like pull your head out of your ass, get back to get back to where you're best at doing.
Remember why we're here.
That too. And I also do on my worst days, I always tell myself I have gotten really good at doing this because I used to not do it because I'm a very like when it rains it pours person sometimes. Like when something bad happens, it feels like my whole world falls around me. And that's I think an anxiety thing. But I forgot where I was going with that.
That's okay. When it gets bad, it tends to get bad, and you use your reframing technique.
Yeah. So I will think, well, this could be worse. I could be working in a cell house on Christmas morning.
Like
that's exactly how I think of things too. When something is bad, like it could always be 10 times worse. You see people coming into the gym that have an injury, or maybe they're not as mobile as some others, or whatever it may be, and you're feeling bad and you don't want to do the hack squat that day. Well, maybe that person would kill to be able to do the hack squat.
Dude,
so
all that privilege to train.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect example is Miss Erin.
Yes, she's amazing.
Like, I can't tell you how many times, like, one of my clients will see her riding through the gym on her scooter and goes, "She's training?
Yeah.
Like, she's
yeah,
working
she
out?"
is.
I go, "Fuck yeah, she is."
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your excuse? You got two
Dude,
working legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I've had a couple clients go, damn, I have no excuse.
Exactly.
After, it's like,
yeah.
that is, I mean, dude, I get
Right.
there's something about when I see her come in, like I get almost goosebumps because I'm like, just something about it just gets me like pumped up.
I remember a dude, it was like one of the last times I went to Crunch. I remember a dude, he came into Crunch in a wheelchair and it like amputated, like no legs, like from the waist down, no legs. He was up on the pull-up bar with the chair.
Dang.
Doing pull-ups.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
half the people in here can't do a single pull-up and they got legs. Like, he's pulling the chair around and like making it work.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's incredible.
Like, community, man. I love that. I love seeing stuff like that. It's the same feeling I get like when I used to go to shows and you'd see someone like in a wheelchair get crowd surfed and everyone hits him as he goes. It's like community. It just makes you like,
makes you feel good.
Yeah, it's just like a overwhelming it's an overwhelming feeling of like positiveness almost like
Yeah, it's cool.
So as most people will see when we put out this the picture of your podcast for marketing on Instagram, you're pretty ripped and jacked in your picture. So
yeah, I catfished y'all. Sorry.
I want to go back to your personal transformation story because you have quite the one yourself. What sparked the desire to change your body, and where did you kind of begin? And then, of course, you ended up, competing on stage too. So, kind of, what was that process like for you?
I actually have always struggled with like body dysmorphia and like just self-image issues since I was like a kid. I remember even like as a child, I would pick myself apart, but it got really bad whenever I was definitely an example of, well, you know this because you showed me, but the example of like you start going through puberty and you turn into like that awkward, like chubby, just kind of like ugly phase. You know what I mean? Like you're like,
it's just not good looking.
Everyone made, dude, I would get so much, and I wasn't even like fat. I was a little chubbier than people, and I would get just grilled by my friends. Even some family members would grill me, meaning my older brother. Yeah, you're listening to this, Nick. Yeah, just stuff like that. But like, I think at the time I would be like, yeah, whatever. But like, it would hurt, and then by the time I graduated high school, I was pretty, I went through puberty. I was pretty skinny and stuff like that. And then by the time I graduated college, I had almost gained about, I was 178 when I graduated high school, and I was about 260 by the time I graduated college.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Because I lived on a diet of pizza, beer, Taco Bell, and whatever lunch was serving that day at the school I was a janitor at.
That was like the freshman 85.
Yeah, literally. I mean, I exploded. That's what that freshman 85 was awesome.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. It's a good thing I didn't live on campus in college because I probably would have eaten like cafeteria food.
Dude, that's what I did. It was like all you could eat. And like literally, dude, pizza. There was pizza every day.
All the time.
Cheeseburgers, hot dogs, like cereal. I had cereal for dessert all the time.
If you're not at all disciplined, it's so easy to put on weight in school.
Very, very hard.
Especially if you're in school and you're not playing sports. That's the biggest thing I find when people go, I was skinny in high school. I'm like, that's because you were forced. You had to play. You played sports. You were forced to move. You were forced to show up to press. Not forced, but you had to. Like if you wanted to play, you had to do all this stuff. You had mandatory. We had mandatory PE classes 5 days a week. So it's like movement, and then all of a sudden you're in college. You're walking as I walked to class, then I walked to the cafeteria, eat 3,000 calories at the buffet, and then go to sleep. But that's essentially what I was doing. But with this thing called Casey's Pizza. It's like a Sheetz kind of thing where they serve food, but their pizza, a large pizza, I believe is over 4,000 calories.
Jeez.
And I could smash that. I would smash one of those almost every day.
Dude.
Wow. Like I have a really...
Back when I was in college, we had this Italian restaurant called Fazoli's that had all you could eat pasta. So we would go there all the time. Yes, and then we had CC's Pizza, who had a pizza buffet.
Fantastic,
dude. it was so easy to house
Uh-huh.
10,000 calories in a day, like,
Yeah,
and it was cheap, so
I
cheap.
think you could get into CC's for like $5 or something.
And with a student discount, it was like $4
No
to get
way.
in. Dude, oh my gosh!
my brother told me they used to steal pizza from CC's when his band was on tour.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
bro, you're putting that shit in Tupperware because they're taking it with you. Right.
Oh man.
And then you ask them to make a pizza that you want, and then you
Yeah.
leave with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
awesome.
I was very overweight. Did freshman 85. And, the big thing was actually when I was talking about Centralia,
Yeah.
that was actually the trip there is when I realized I needed to start losing weight.
Really?
Because people, we're taking photos, we're recording. I hated how I looked in every photo. I
Right.
looked like shit. And then I hated how I felt. We went to Philly one day on like a trip, went up there for a couple hours. We got back. I was so tired from walking maybe 2,000, 3,000 steps. I had to take a nap. And I would take like 4-hour naps.
Your day was over at that point.
Yeah. I was having, my snoring was borderline like
Right.
CPAP,
Sleep apnea type.
sleep apnea stuff.
Yeah.
Could have needed a CPAP machine, and man, it was just not good. I was very unhealthy. Not only I had these like crazy weird dark circles under my eyes. My
Mhm.
like face was just puffed and bloated all the time. It looked horrible.
Right.
And then we had shortly after that we had a photo shoot done, and I saw the photo shoot and I went, fuck that, dude. I'm not going to look like that. Like,
Yeah.
no way. No way am I going to continue to look like that. So I kind of started yo-yo dieting. Like, my parents are both very healthy people, and the school I worked as a janitor at had a gym, so I could train there sometimes. But
That's nice.
so I started going like 3 days a week, doing like 30-minute workouts. It was really just like pretty much doing compounds. So I would just do like a bench one day, deadlifts one day, and then squats one day, and then I would just do like accessory work with it. But it was just like introduction for me, and then I pretty much did a crash diet. I would eat like 1,500 calories a day, which is why people, when you do that, you don't stick with the diet forever. That's why I only lasted a few months. I'm like, but it would go up and down, but I kept a good bulk of it off. I got down to like 200, and would go from like 200 to like 215 like area, like back and forth,
fluctuating.
And then 2019 I hit, we might get into that a little more later, but I hit like a little bit of a hard time in life, and I had some issues eating as well. Different time. But I lost a bunch of weight, and that's when I was like, okay, I've lost all this weight. I was down to 170 pounds, I think. I was like, I've lost all this weight. I'm keeping it off. Why don't I just try to do something healthy to counteract how this was basically like an eating disorder? It caused me to lose this weight.
Right.
And I started boxing, and that was the start of fitness, boxing. And then I started studying bodybuilding.
Nice.
And watching like Chris Bumstead, videos of Arnold, Ronnie Coleman,
Rich Piana.
Actually, I did watch some Rich Piana.
Rich was awesome.
I thought he was just so funny.
He's so funny.
But yeah, man, it's just like, but the biggest thing I noticed though, not only just the physical, but just the mental clarity I had when I lost all that weight was the most like, dude, I felt like I was like on a natural like life high for like 2 years straight.
Eye-opening.
Like it was just like, I am like this new person, like people and I hate to say, people treat you differently too, when you get to that too. Like people are nicer to you. People tend to be a little more friendly. It's the first time I ever had noticed girls actually like taking a sort of a liking to me, and I'm like, what? Like, it's just weird, man. It's but that was probably the most exciting time of my fitness career, is just that beginning, like and then
starting, because you're a clean slate. You can do whatever you want.
You have such a high threshold for things too.
Oh my goodness.
When you first like get locked in, I realized. And then you grow and get bigger, and then recovery is harder. But
right. That's incredible.
So you did mention some of the issues you went through. How did you navigate like your anxiety and the PTSD like during this time, along with like the eating disorder? Like, was all this happening at the same time? Were you feeling all these different things at once? And like, how did you combat that?
Yeah. So I didn't have the PTSD diagnosis like quite at this time. This is like my college year, but like with anxiety and stuff, man, like, cause I would get anxious about food. Like it was a big thing. I'd be scared to eat, then I would overeat. But combating it, man, I had a very good support system around me. Like when I would lose 10 pounds or something like that, and started like, my dad would come in and be like, hey man, you're looking good. And he'd be like, hey man, look at that, you're getting a little muscle there. Like that kind of stuff would make me like, yeah, like, or like
It would give you that little
yeah.
bit more motivation.
Yeah, having a
Right.
good support system is very important. And
Yes.
then on top of that, I was doing other things like making sure I'm not consuming copious amounts of alcohol, making sure I'm not smoking pot, or just being doing the things that are self-destructive to your
Yeah,
body
Mhm.
in a
right.
way. Because those two things, especially drinking alcohol,
Oh my
if you
goodness.
want to try and lose weight or gain muscle on drinking alcohol, just forget about it, man. If you're going to be a habitual drinker, it ain't happening.
No.
Yeah.
So,
So you had lost all this weight. You
Mhm.
had gone through like the eating disorder stuff, and
Mhm.
so now you're back up on this like upward trend.
Yeah.
When did you say I want to compete? Like this was around 2022, right? Where
Mhm.
when you stepped on stage?
yeah,
Is that right?
November 22.
Yeah.
2020 was when I first started getting like in the
Mhm.
crazy shape, lost the weight. Once
Yeah.
I had met a guy named Marcus Seidel. Marcus, if you're watching this, love you, dude. He's a very, very popular bodybuilding coach out in the Missouri area,
Mhm.
but he actually came to one of my band's shows because he likes metal. And I remember looking down and being like, someone's like, "Can I have a 3XL?" And I go, Jesus. And I looked up and I went, oh, Jesus. I was like, dude, that's a big motherfucker. I was like, sorry. I was like, that's a big guy. But he followed us on Instagram. I followed him back. And I kind of always watched his stuff while I was boxing. Like, I kind of I'm like, this bodybuilding stuff's starting to look less gross to me. Like it was like, I'm actually starting to think it's cool. And once I started watching like C-Mom and stuff and like
Right.
all these like OG, like Anthony Mantello, all the OG like Gymshark influencers, I wanted to start. I was like, I want to start lifting more seriously. So I got very serious with lifting. I stopped boxing. I hired Marcus as my coach, and
Mhm.
we've been like remained good friends since then. So he put me through first prep. He's a great coach. He's very smart.
Yeah.
Like I've actually would really like to hear him and Brock like sit down and have a conversation because they're both so smart and
That'd be
knowledgeable
cool.
on like the
Yeah.
science of training, nutrition, even like PEDs and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, dude, I told him that I wanted to build for a little bit, and I built, and I told him I wanted to compete. I don't really care if I do good or bad. I just want to do it for myself. And he said, like, let's rock and roll, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a 20-week prep. Yeah, it's the hard. I think that physically and mentally might be one of the hardest things I've ever done when it comes to like disciplining yourself.
Right.
Because it's like, I mean, you guys know from dieting
Mhm.
extreme, like you can't be off your game.
No,
Like
there's
there's
no
no room for
no off
mistakes.
meal, no
Yeah.
off anything.
Yeah,
Like, you got
unless
to be
it's
dialed in.
approved. That's
Yep.
it, man. It's
Because I'll tell you what, the people you're competing against are probably not going off the
Yeah.
diet at all. So
Right.
you got to be
I chose
super
the
strict
hardest
on
show
it.
possible, I think,
Yeah.
too. I didn't want it to be the hardest show, but I did.
Mhm.
It was the NPC All-Star. It's not an All-Star lineup, just called the NPC All-Star.
Yeah.
But it's in Kansas City, dude. Juggernauts, bro. Juggernauts. Like everyone there, I think me and like two other people were like first-time competitors. Everyone there was just like
Wow.
just stacked, dude. It
Like
was
getting
crazy.
ready for their pro card.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
were ready.
The guy who won the classic physique overall won the men's physique overall too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to do it
Wow.
one time, man, you
Just like-
might as well make it an experience like that. Like,
Yeah. You wouldn't want to do a
starstruck.
small show for
No.
your first and maybe only show. You
Yeah.
yeah,
It humbled me
big.
though.
I
Because I
imagine.
realized I had so much work to do.
Right.
yeah,
I'm like these guys, this is their life. This is probably their 10th, 11th, 12th show.
yeah.
Right.
And they're not even doing a pro. They just do this because this is the game. for
Well,
them.
yeah, and these
I
guys
need
have
to-
probably been lifting for upwards of 10 years, and
Right.
I mean, to put on that much mass, you need that much time, and
Yeah.
here you
Mhm.
are, maybe 3 years
yeah.
into your bodybuilding journey. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I definitely did it prematurely, but I think I was just in such a like, I want to do this, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And my band had just broken up that year, so it was like another goal
Yeah.
Right.
for me to like look forward to. But I'm glad I did it though, man, because I also think like being that lean and like doing a show gives you a whole different perspective on bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it also gives you a better understanding when you're just talking to someone who's like maybe deep in prep, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, or just training someone.
Yeah.
So that's,
Gives you a much better understanding of not only what they're going through, but gives you a better understanding of you,
Yeah.
what you're willing to put yourself through.
Yeah.
And that mental fortitude there is almost not replaceable by anything,
Yeah.
which is insane.
100%.
Yeah.
It's one of the hardest things you can put
Yeah.
your body through.
Yeah, and not only that, it's like it actually like just what it does to your body internally too.
Mhm.
It's like it's a
Yeah.
lot.
Changes you.
Hormones getting out of whack, your
Right.
brain gets clouded, you feel
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I would get like sad a lot randomly in prep. It
Yeah.
was weird. I would just be able to remember like, I'm so sad.
The mood's
Why?
just
I'm like,
down.
for no reason. I'm like,
Right. That's miserable.
yeah.
Yeah.
I give anybody credit that steps on stage. That's not
Yeah.
for me.
Same here, man.
No thanks. But that's
So I want to
incredible.
get into some of your personal life now. Talk about earlier your girlfriend Daniela.
Mhm.
You also have 2 pets.
Yep.
Corduroy and Pumpkin.
Yes.
And Freddie says he misses Corduroy, by the way.
Quarterway misses you too, Freddie.
So tell us about Daniela. How much does her support for you mean as far as like your music career and even this, fitness journey that you're on, your training,
Mhm.
being a personal trainer that we know is not an easy job.
Yeah.
Hours are kind of all over the map. So how does that look?
Daniela is literally everything, like, to me. Like, she's the most supportive, number one person in my life. And she's always there for me when I need her, even on my worst days, my best days, and on days where I may not feel as motivated. Like, let's say, even like I'm just feeling down about going to the gym or just doing something that needs to get done. She's the first person to be like, hey, like, come on, like, you got this, like, get up, let's get moving. Like, like,
Yeah.
not in like a mean way, but just in like a
Yeah.
loving, like,
Mhm.
get your ass moving, let's go. Like, she motivates me to be better, not only as a person, but I've realized I've had a lot of personal growth being with her. And I think if you're going to be with someone and they don't help you grow, then what's
Right.
the point of being with them? You're supposed to
Exactly.
be a dream team together,
Mhm.
And Daniela we're a dream team. And she's come to every show that she's been able to come to, both in the Pennsylvania show. She flew out to St. Louis with me. I have a big family. She doesn't have quite as big a family. She put herself in massive shoes, And also on top of like me with the anxiety and PTSD stuff, like that for some people is just like no, I don't want anything to do with you. And that's fine. Like, I get it, it's not for everybody, but she willingly took that on, and still just loves me unconditionally. And that with Corduroy and Pumpkin, dude, Corduroy likes Daniela more than me now, I think. It's like, so, but yeah, she's seriously awesome. I know anyone here's met her.
Yeah.
And
And she makes some
She's
banging
cool.
banana bread.
yeah, she does,
Mhm.
dude. Those Italians, man, they can
Yeah.
cook.
You mentioned
That's
Corduroy
insane.
and Pumpkin.
Mhm.
They also play a huge role, obviously, in like your anxiety symptoms and stuff. You're having a bad day, you go home, they're there.
Yeah.
The anxiety immediately drops, right?
Yeah, man. It's like I always say especially like my cat does it too, but especially with dogs, man, they're so stoked to see you,
Oh,
no
yeah, I
matter
love
what.
it.
You could have literally been like mad at them, like been like, damn it, about them doing something in the house, walk out and they come back and they're like, where have you been? Like, it's like, I love you, I
Yeah.
love you, I want to hang out with you.
Mhm.
And I love that. So it's a different energy with Cordy. He wants to be in my face. I cuddle with him, I'll wrestle around with him, Also, for those who don't know, Corduroy's a Yorkie. He's 5 pounds.
Yes,
5 pounds.
he
He's
literally
very
was like a
tiny.
little chew toy for Freddie.
Yeah, so like me wrestling is like putting in a bottle and like moving it back and forth. He's like, "Arr." Yeah. My cat's got cat energy, but she's very cuddly. Like if I lay down, like actually there's one morning I woke up and I was just had a night terror and I woke up and was kind of like just really, really anxious, kind of heavy breathing, and Pumpkin just came up and laid right on my chest, put her paws right there behind my neck and just burrowed into me like that. And I'm like, dude, you're a cat. Like, like you're supposed to be like mad at me or something.
Right.
But no, I don't know, man. It's a great environment to go home to an apartment with my beautiful girlfriend and my 2 pets, because
Yeah.
like it's like when I'm home, it's like I get welcome. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, especially being far from home, man, it's
Yeah.
like to have that
Mhm.
it's got to be an incredible feeling. So
Yeah.
I love that for you, man.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, I take Corduroy with me a lot, place
Yeah.
too. What I mean? Yeah.
One day, hopefully.
If he's only 5 pounds, you
Yeah.
can literally stuff him in your pocket.
Yeah, you can't. So you can't.
Oh, hey, Corduroy.
Right.
Can you put Freddie on a crate and put him on a plane? You're like, can I carry him on with me?
Yeah, that
It's
would
like,
be
what?
incredible.
Freddie's an adorable dog too. He gives hugs.
Well, thank you. He does.
Let's
I
give
have
hugs.
yet to
He
meet
does.
He
Freddie.
jumps up and you think he's gonna do like what most like a big dog thing where they jump and you're like, "Oof," but he literally jumps and puts his paws around you and like it's the most bizarre thing.
That's awesome.
He's so awesome, man. I love him.
Jeez.
So how do you manage? Let me put it like this: how do you manage all of everything like music? There's so much going on in your life with music. relationship, all this, training clients, trying to grow in that.
Yeah.
How do you manage balancing all of that?
I don't know.
And you also
honestly,
and
like
you also
I
have
yeah.
another part-time job
yeah,
too, right?
I work at a social rehab facility called Aurora Club,
Yeah.
Mechanicsburg, and it's primarily dealing with people with like mental illnesses and stuff, like that just need like usually they're sent there by case managers and they need just social rehabilitation basically so they can learn to do more things. But it's mainly just a place for them to go during the day, like to hang out, do activities and socialize and
Yeah.
and it's good for them. They like it too, and I like it because it's fulfilling, just like training is.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard because sometimes, like the job can be a lot on some days, depending if something happens, or like maybe you have some clients that are just not having a good morning, and you kind of had a little bit of a difficult session. But you just got to keep your head up, keep going, man. Like balancing all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I think ultimately it's because I like what I do. I like training clients. I like working with people at the social rehab facility, and I love playing music. So like, yeah, there's times where I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, this is too much. I'm stressed. Like, I wish I could just have a day off or something like that and just chill. But like, I love it, so it doesn't feel like work. Whenever, if you told me I had to go work in a factory from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., I would be like, God, I hate my life. This sucks. It's horrible.
You'd be sick.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Not going in that day.
Me?
No thanks.
Oh, I got to work 6 a.m. in the morning, go to the other job, then come back and train in the evening. No problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I'll be tired at the end of the night, but like,
Yeah.
Cool. Also, like, being that busy, I easily hit my steps, so I don't have to worry about like doing a bunch of cardio.
Right.
I like to think of it like, especially if you have a long day here training clients, like that hour that the client comes in, like that might be the best hour of their day,
Yeah.
right? And for you to be a part of that and make it that for them,
Yep.
where maybe the rest of their day looks, I mean, who knows? They could be going through anything.
Yeah.
And for them to have an hour in here to just forget everything outside these walls and just interact with us, that's what kind of drives me whenever I'm like super tired or, I want to go home and see Freddie or sleep or whatever.
Yeah.
I try to keep that in the forefront always, so.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
It's really easy to lose sight of that, but it's a super important point.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, that's true.
And also, it goes back to like when I have a 6 to 6 day or whatever, I'm like, which is usually Monday and Tuesdays. Like, it goes back to that, like, oh, it could be worse. I could be working the 16-hour shifts I used to do at
Right. Absolutely.
where you're surrounded by bullshit for 16 hours straight.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
So just like I said, the reframe, man, that's the most.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Could be 12 hours of a job that sucks.
No job is perfect. Like, you could be,
no,
dude,
not at
you
all.
could be a like super rich, like elite level rock star. There's still going to be something in life that's like stressful or hard.
But what that comes with? A lot of responsibility, a lot of meetings, trips you got to do. Like,
a lot of stuff that I don't want to deal with.
Right.
That's why I think about like when you hear about like the School of Hard Knocks or whatever. Like, you ever watch those videos where he goes around and you ask these people, and like a lot of them will often be like, "I wish I didn't have this much money actually anymore because I'm constantly like busy." It's not like they're being ungrateful. It's just like dude, like the more money you have and you're running a business, the more
problems that are potentially coming up.
I mean, even with as watching NGPT growth, NGPT grows, obviously means that more money's coming, right? But like I've noticed the responsibilities on leadership have gone up by like tenfold the more it grows. So that's just the circle of life, man.
Yeah.
That's why I think you hear about all these guys doing blow and stuff and just going to their day and just cracking out and closing deals because they're just working business from sun up to sundown, making millions because they have to.
Right.
I don't know.
That's a good way to look at it. That's fair. Yeah, that's cool.
All right. I want to end kind of this last section here. I just want to kind of go over what some of your short-term and long-term goals are. It could be with anything, your band, musically, here at NGPT, life, relationships.
I think personally, I would like to lean more towards like actually full-blown sobriety and stuff like that. I think that would be really good for me because I think sometimes with like, especially like alcohol and stuff, like it can really cloud your moods. And it's just, I don't do it a lot, but it's like every time I do it, I'm like, I feel like shit. Why do I keep doing this? Like,
and the older you get, the worse you're going to feel for longer.
Yep.
Dude, I drank on my birthday. And I
That
had
took
like
a week to recover.
6 drinks, and I
Yeah.
was like hungover for 2 days. I'm like, 6 drinks I know is a decent amount, but like, compared to like when you're just throw stuff down when you're younger.
Yeah.
So like, it's just one of those things. And like, when it puts me out for a couple days, it makes me unmotivated, and it also makes me not want to train. So it's just like,
throws everything
why
off.
have it then?
Yeah.
Personally, that NGPT is always going to be is growing and learning. That'll never change. It's always want to grow my book, but I also want to grow as a trainer. I want to know more. I want to know more different styles. I want to know different approaches to coaching and whatnot. I also would like to work with more like serious like athletes, like lifters, like guys who are actually maybe want to bodybuild, or people who are like, hey, I'm like an actual, like, I'm very serious about lifting. I have been, I'm ready to step it up. Because those people are also easy to train too.
Yeah.
Because they're serious about
They're so fun too.
Yeah.
Yes, because you could push them really, really hard.
Yep.
It's like a Timmons.
Yeah.
Yep. And Tim Meserino.
I love watching him
Oh
lift.
man.
He's a beast.
He was a blast to train.
He's the biggest Santa Claus I've ever seen in my life. But and not in body fat either.
No.
I don't want to say that.
No.
Then for the band, I would like to see us get to 10,000 monthly listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah. We keep releasing music pretty inconsistently, so the numbers drop off on Spotify. I'm like, I want to keep it up. I want to keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to record in February too.
Nice.
So it's
the year of ego death. Let's go.
yes, year
Very
of
well
death.
be.
Well, hopefully not year of death. Actually, never mind.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not even fucking more, please. No, thank you. 2025 was a very.
Cool.
That was
I honestly don't even know if I have the words to describe it. Like, it was just insane, man. Yeah,
man. I still think about Ron and Cody all the time too.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
It's on the wall.
What's up?
Ron's name is right under Cody's. Right next to
Oh, that's wild, dude. I never noticed that.
I never noticed that.
Every time I sit in this chair, I look right there.
Who's Yo Jim?
Wow.
I don't know who
Jim.
Yo Jim.
I'm just kidding. No, it's Yo and Jim. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it was a rough year, but hopefully we can have a better one this year.
Yeah, man. 2026 is looking bright so far. I think everyone's. I think I was talking a little bit to Micah yesterday, and she's like, like 2025 was really, really hard for us. Like, we can't go into 2026 being like
carrying.
Like, we have to like go in with a super up positive attitude.
Yeah.
Well, just having Yo back, and like he was actually at the gym a couple days ago. Dude, that's such a freaking remarkable, amazing story. And dude,
that's squatting.
That's what we need going into 2026, man. Yeah. Yo's healthy, and man, it's gonna be awesome to have him back. So we miss you, Yo.
We miss you, man. And if anyone's wondering, I know all of us probably been getting asked like here and there, like at the gym, but like Yo is doing really, really good. Yo is. He's incredibly lucky to be alive, honestly, for one. And he knows that too. He said that out loud to me.
Yeah.
But just day by day, little things.
Step by step.
But he is making an insanely fast recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Like most people that went through what he did would still be in the hospital and not be up walking around and squatting at Arc Fitness. I mean, he's
eating penny burgers and
he smashed that thing.
Dude, I'm not surprised. His appetite's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but he's doing good, man. He's got a little routine at home.
Yeah,
he's using that time to educate himself too.
Good, it's great.
What he said. He wants to learn more stuff. I'm like,
it was so funny. I was talking to somebody. It was one of my clients before he came back. Like, it was the day before Yo came back in here, and I was like, watch, he's gonna come in like a complete 180 personality shift, and he's gonna start like powerlifting, and then he gets under the squat bar. I'm like, dude, no way. I was like, that's fantastic.
Dude, we should make Yo a world record powerlifter.
Oh my god, he's built for it.
He could eat the food to do it too. So let's go.
Yeah. Dude, Yo's calorie intake if he was a powerlifter would be insane.
Oh my goodness,
man,
he would. Oh jeez, but he would be fine.
Yeah,
that man can eat.
Dude, he's fantastic. I can't wait.
Oh no, you were there. Remember when he ate that stromboli?
Yeah, it was my first outing with the team ever. It was the first time I spent time with any of you outside of this room.
He had a Sal stromboli. It was like this big, and he just demolished it.
Dude, their serving size is like one stromboli like can feed 2 families.
Yeah, it's like that's enough food for 2 weeks.
So I felt I went there the first time moving here, and I ordered through the phone. I was like, "Yeah, I'll take a stromboli." I'm like, "It's
medium,
expensive." Yeah, for almost $20. I got that thing, and I was like, "Oh." I did anyways. I was like,
I don't know how they
stomach.
Dude, he was functioning after eating that stromboli, and I would have been
Yeah.
asleep.
He said he ate more like
Yeah.
a few hours later. I'm like,
Doesn't make sense
like
in my
did
head.
your metabolism just shoot it right out? Like
Dude.
it's
Yeah,
yeah.
that guy is more than blessed, and we're blessed to have him back.
We love
Yes, we are.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Jeez.
Gonna keep NGPT and Arc Fitness community alive, and we're gonna always remember, especially Ron and Cody.
No, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well,
Well, I want to end it on one more thing.
Hmm.
If you could give one message to someone listening who feels anxious, stuck, unsure of their direction, what would you tell them?
It sounds very simplistic and kind of like cliche, but don't give up. Like just never give up. Call a friend, call a family member, call someone. Like if you feel stuck or you're feeling that down, call someone, talk to people. Don't bottle those feelings up. Bottling those feelings up is one of the worst things you could possibly do. So just always know there's someone out there that cares about you, you know? So reach out to loved ones. And for those, if you're a person who has someone reaching out to you and they're going through it and it seems like it's a lot and you're not maybe the most like, I wouldn't say receptive, but the most like that person to go to for that kind of stuff, just listen. The power of listening, man. If you just listen to someone, hear them out, and try to understand where they're coming from, you could have potentially like saved someone's life there by just doing that. You know, that could have been down the dumps. But anxiety, man. Yeah. Also, like it's not for everyone, but like go to a doctor. Go see if medication is your thing, if medication would help you. I'm not saying rely on it to control everything about you, but like if it's that bad where it's debilitating to where you everyday life is hard, maybe it's hard for you to hold a job, maybe it's hard for you to hold relationships, go to the doctor, man, get or seek therapy, just any sort of help you possibly can find because there are people that care and there is medicine out there for some people that does work. Medicine works for me. I know it doesn't work for everyone, but it has worked for me and therapy. So
yeah, I think that's a good message.
yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
appreciate it.
Wow, this was a lot of fun. I think that's a good place to
Had
end
a
it off
great
on.
fun, yeah. So
awesome,
thank you guys
dude.
for having me.
Yeah, of course, man.
So,
Thank you for
you, sir.
being willing to share some
Of course.
stories.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
That was
rambled
fun.
a little longer than some
Nah,
things.
man.
I'm a
That-
talker, man. It's my Midwest.
That
Love
doesn't
it.
The
bother
Midwest
any
of
of
me.
us.
Makes our job easy.
We wouldn't put a microphone in front of you if you didn't want you to talk.
Pull it away.
But you do have
Or
to
keep
give
your duck.
one like harsh vocal right before you sign off.
I don't wonder what's
Do you
going to
think you
sound
would
like.
break the mic? I don't know.
Oh, that's a.
Nice.
I hope you don't have headphones on for that. That
We
might
should have
hurt.
had a warning before that.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
try to do one.
You're gonna scare people.
My
That's
mouth
okay.
is dry.
It's okay.
All right, man.
Alrighty, fellas. Let's wrap
Sweet.
this
I
thing up.
appreciate you, Keegan.
Appreciate you
Yes,
guys. Time to go take a
Malachi,
giant tinkle.
good job.
Yes.
All right, man.
Alrighty, fellas.
Till
Thank you,
next
guys.
time, guys. Peace.
That was a lot of fun, guys. I had a lot of fun.
That was awesome. That was yeah. I agree.